Welcome back to the Kinnick to Carver Show. I'm your host, Evan, and I'm with
Steve.
once again for another episode. We took a couple weeks off due to busyness, pretty much, I think. But now the college football season is here, so we don't have an excuse to not record, and we have stuff to talk about now. So some relevant events would be the Farmageddon just took place this morning / afternoon. Iowa State versus Kansas State played in Ireland. Do you have any what are your thoughts on the game and how it was played?
I wasn't super impressed, but I don't think anybody was. You listen to the comments from the coaches and stuff, and they said they both realized that they need to there's a lot of improvements to be made. But when you look at the weather, I mean, it was pouring rain. And so that pretty limited, I'm sure, their play calls and running or their throwing ability and all that. First game, I mean, you're gonna have some mess ups, that's for sure. So you're playing a real game, which I guess is a good thing because you're playing at real speed. Practice can only get you so far, so I guess it could be an advantage to them in some ways. But they're also getting one less week of practice before everybody else starts. So. But Iowa State won, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it was really good to actually see some football, and it was a pretty much even matchup. It wasn't just like a blowout, which usually is what these first 2 or 3 weeks are, but it helped that it was actually a conference game and a top 25 matchup as well.
Yeah, it was gonna be a tough game. It could have went either way. I think everybody thought Kansas State was gonna win that game, and there was some real floppy play at the very beginning. That's for sure. The first half of the first quarter, I was like going, "Wow, this is not good." A lot of fumbling, a lot of sacking going on, and so I was just wondering what was gonna happen. They were 7-7 for a long time. So they got it figured out, though. It looked like they both were kind of coming around. So
Yeah, I think that the rain probably did not help at all. From what I was seeing, the weather was actually about perfect, like the week leading up to it, but it looked like, I guess, a little wave of bad weather hit them. But I heard, according to the Iowa Everywhere people, that the grass was the same as the Jack Trice Stadium, so they had the advantage for sure, I think, in that game, and maybe that was what caused them to win it. I don't know. Both teams looked like they were catching not as much as they should have been. They should have been catching some of those passes, but I think this slippery grass was not in their favor.
I think probably the one thing the key play I think that really helped Iowa State win was when Kansas State went for it on fourth and then on the 28-yard line, and they didn't get it, and they pretty much handed it to Iowa State at that point because they went and scored a touchdown then. So, but then I guess they ended up winning by 10. Is that right? 10 points. So I guess that probably wasn't the winning decision, but it surely did not help their momentum or anything like that. So. But it was a good game. It was overall it was close. I guess that's what you want to see. So
I don't think it's going to be anything like the matchup we're going to see next week between Ohio State and Texas, but I think it was a good start to the season. It was fun. It got to be overseas, and yeah, I mean, I think it was a win for football and in general expanding it.
yeah, for sure. I would ask you is so what do you think Iowa's game plan is going to be going into the game? I guess I kind of have my thoughts, but I wanted to know what you thought, how they would play the game.
Um, I I mean, I feel like the Iowa way is to always play overly cautious. Um, I'm hoping to see a combo between, passing and some running. I'm really interested to see the passing game. That's going to be the key things in this matchup versus Massachusetts. It's going to be the passing game and then also see what the defense can do, because those are two things that I'm somewhat worried about this season, where the defense is going to I think it's going to take a hit. Hopefully they're better than expected, as well as the offense with the new quarterback, Mark Gronowski. So I'm hoping to see him play a good bit, and hopefully, if it's not a close game, we can see Hank Brown get some action too, see how he is, because we didn't really get to see him besides, um, I think maybe a little bit in the bowl game last year. I don't even know if but he didn't play much last season.
No.
So I think it's going to be good to get to see both of those guys, see if they got the running game as well.
Their offensive line is supposed to be, I even was reading and they say, hang on, it's in my notes here, Logan Jones and Dunker Jennings, yes. So they say with those two guys and then the guy replacing Richmond, they say that their offensive line is supposed to be elite. So, which will be a change that from what we've been watching a little bit in the past too. So if we can get back to that elite offensive line, which is what Iowa has kind of been known for, then I think their running game. I want to see their passing game be improved too, but their running game should definitely improve also if they can have those offensive linemen moving people out of the way and opening up those holes for them.
Kamari Moulton, he is the running back one, I believe, and he played quite a bit last year, and I mean, he was pretty good. I mean, it's hard to show up Caleb Johnson, but I mean, when they put him in, he had his spurts of runs, and I mean, I think he's about as good as any other running back in the league. So it'll be interesting to see him too. I think he was on a watch list for an award for the preseason too. So
I guess my thought was when I originally asked that question was I think Iowa will be conservative still. Um, I don't think they're going to come out and show you their whole playbook for for teams that might be a little better. That I guess that will be on their schedule later on. So they're gonna want to kind of keep that under wraps a little bit. And so I think they'll kind of, as long as they can run the ball and do what they've always done and win that game, I think that's probably what we're going to see a lot of because they will not want to open up that playbook for everybody to have. It would certainly be nice to see some of it just to kind of get the fans excited and keep them excited.
I wanted to see what your favorite thing at the Iowa State Fair was. If you got any food, what your favorite buildings were, what did you see, and I'll give mine as well.
Listen, the Iowa State Fair has been around as long as I've been born, so that's like a long time. and so I can go every year, and everything is in the exact same place every time. And so I go one night for like 2 to 3 hours, and I'm good to go. That's just I don't really have a favorite thing. It's just a lot of people, and it's usually hot. So um, we went on Saturday night this last time, so it was really busy when we went. So on that main drag right down through there. So um I don't know. I'm probably not the best person to ask about the fair. I think it's great. I think people love it. I just think it's the food's way overpriced, so I'm not too excited about buying a bunch of food and stuff like that because it's just not my thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to talk negative about it, but it's just not. I enjoy it for a little bit, and I'm good to go then. But I always like the Hawkeye booth in the Varied Industries building. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good thing.
The Varied Industries building is by far my favorite because it's air conditioned. There's a bunch of different booths. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff you can do there. There's food in there. Um, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite building. Not a huge fan of the animals and the smell that they bring, but um, I like to try the different foods, but it is so expensive. I get a Cajun chicken on a stick every year, and I remember when I was little, it was like $5, and now it's 15, and it's the same amount of food. So that's how you can tell inflation is hitting based off of the prices of the fair foods and how they've increased.
And we always get one of the refill drinks. And it's like and it wasn't even that long ago where you bought the refill drink and it was like refills for like $3. Now they're $5. No problem, I guess. I'll just give you my paycheck and tell me when I'm out of money. But I like the henna stand too. That's I always enjoy going to see it. I got two little girls or grown girls that work there. They'll always be little to me, so
You may have seen, if you do for whatever reason are friends with me on Facebook, you'd see that I got to meet Beth Goetz at the Iowa stand in the Varied Industries building, which it was really weird because I'll let my wife tell a story.
I wasn't there, so I can't tell anything about it.
This is just gonna be a
I was
TikTok
just
moment.
jealous.
I'll tell this.
This is one of my little girls that I was just telling you about.
Basically, we went to the Iowa stand, and there's people handing out like what was it? Like
Posters.
lanyards, posters, stuff like that,
Bags.
bags, and like I took a glance over there, and I was like, that lady looks really familiar. And then I looked, she looked like kind of like Kim Reynolds, and also,
That's so true. She does look kind of like Kim Reynolds.
but so I looked up like Iowa people like that worked at Iowa, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Beth Goetz. So we went up to her. There's nobody around her at all. She's just standing there, and we're like, "Are you Beth Goetz?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, I am actually." And then we're like, "Oh, we're a really big fan. Can we get a picture with you?" And yeah, she was like, "Of course." So I'll put that picture in the editing on the screen, and it was pretty cool. She was very nice. She had a conversation with us. My wife is currently attending the University of Iowa for nursing, so she talked to her about that a little bit. But that was a really cool moment. She was a very down to earth person, and we're we're very excited for the work that she's doing. She she's been improving the basketball program and football program, which is the main two things we cover here. So
I
we're
just couldn't believe she didn't have anybody around her. Like there was no one like talking to her. No one was like, I don't know, standing by her at all. Like even like secure. I don't know. I figured she'd have some type of like security or something. I mean, her job is a big deal, and she's made a lot of people bad and happy. So I'm surprised no one's was around her. But she was super nice and super friendly, and didn't like. She could just talk to her, and you'd just be like any other volunteer at the booth, and you wouldn't even know. So she was pretty cool.
So I said, "Give me a poster, and I want her autograph." So they got that for me. So
before we end this episode, this is going to be a shorter episode because the season for the Hawkeyes has not started yet. We don't really have any basketball to cover either. We want to thank the sponsors of this show, Fifine. They sent us these microphones. They sent me this microphone. I bought this one, but I liked it so much that they sent this one to me, and I can't say enough good things about them. I'm gonna put their links in the description of this video. Probably the best mics for the budget, and these sound just as good as $200 to $300 microphones. So we're very thankful for the ability that these give us and making our audio a lot better. As you can tell, if you watch the first episode, it's probably a lot better than that episode. So we just want to thank Fifine.
I know we like had 155 people watch our first show, which we do this. This is I'm his father-in-law, and so he loves doing this kind of stuff, and I just do it because he asked me to do it, and I kind of enjoy doing it. I don't think I'm good at it, but I just enjoyed it. So we appreciate you guys watching, and so yeah, if you continue to do that, then just keep clicking that like button and subscribing. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you do have any questions, it'd be cool to do like a mailbag video where we respond to people's questions in the comments, or if you have any suggestions on what you want us to talk about or our opinions on any topic outside of politics probably, we would be probably happy to do that for you. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. Like he said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Kinnick to Carver show.